Happy Saturn Day, y'all. Y'all, how y'all is, how y'all be, how y'all are. I hope well. Y'all, I want to do something a little different. I sometimes come on and I do like a dreamscape experience. I want to do something a little different with you guys. And I hope you like it. If you don't, I do. Enough for both of us. Okay. So anyway, I had this dream last night and I went to Chat GPT to kind of help me create a storyline surrounding the details that I gave it about the dream. So this is going to be like a story time that it came up with based on that dream, and I hope you like it. Okay. It's called The Mother of Hidden Children. Okay. It's a spiritual parable born from my dreams. So here it goes. In a quiet place between worlds where memories and possibilities meet, there lived a woman who had long forgotten the fullness of her own heart. She did not know that once, long ago, she had given birth not just to children, but to living pieces of her own soul. One a gentle daughter with light in her eyes, the other a thoughtful son with wisdom in his gaze. They had been taken away, not by force, but by an ancient agreement, a silent vow that said, I will not love what I have not yet learned to understand. And so the children were raised in a secrecy, kept safe but distant from their true mother. When the time was right, at the sacred ages of 7 and 8, the children were finally brought to her. For 7 is the age of inner awakening, and 8 is the number of soul return, infinity, and rebirth. The woman saw them and felt the unexplainable, a love that had lived before memory, a bond older than time itself. She held them, daughter on the right, son on the left, just as the Divine Mother holds the moon and the sun. She whispered to her daughter, You are my favorite girl in all the world because God has finally gifted me a daughter. And in that moment, she was not only speaking to the child, she was speaking to the feminine part of her own soul that had longed to be recognized, honored, nurtured, and held. She lifted her son and felt his strong legs and wise gaze. She recognized him in her inner guardian, her logic, her strength, her masculine spirit, also waiting to be welcomed home. But there stood the man, the keeper of the children. He was not cruel, only cautious, not an enemy, but a gatekeeper. He symbolized the old belief you may only know your soul's children when you are calm, logical, composed, controlled. He tried to speak through the back door. Though secrecy, hesitation, old ways, unspoken truth. But the woman called out firmly and gently, Come through the front door. For at last she was ready to meet life and truth directly. No more shadowed entrances, no more waiting, no more half knowing. She would receive her life openly through the front door of truth. In that moment, another woman appeared. She wore a bright pink dress from another era, beautiful but not truly belonging. She was a symbol of all the roles of the woman had once played. The appearance of love instead of love, the appearance of nurture instead of true motherhood of the soul. She was the false mother, but not an enemy, only an echo. The woman looked at her and knew, I no longer need to pretend to love myself. I am ready to truly love myself. Later, she walked with the father figure, now no longer a captor, but a quiet protector. And they entered a grocery market with foods from distant lands where wisdom whispered through simple things. She searched not for what was easy or already prepared, but for glass noodles. Yes, y'all, I love glass noodles. Clear, transparent, and pure. That which nourishes the spirit, not just the body. For the first time, she was no longer content with spiritual appearances, emotional substitutes, or borrowed nourishment. She wanted what was true, what was hers, what was clear, what was light, what was soul food. And this was her initiation. Not into motherhood of flesh, but into motherhood of spirit. Not of children in the world, but of the two sacred children within. The daughter, which represented her intuition, tenderness, compassion, and divine feminine, and the son, her insight, wisdom, protection, and divine masculine. She was not just their mother, she was their home. And now the children are returning. So that was the story that it came up with. I liked it so much. I wanted to like just save it and just verbally read it aloud cuz and record it at the same time. So I hope it was inspiration. I hope you all gathered some jewels from that, and hopefully you're having similar dreamscapes and journeys that are leading you to your divine inner knowing, divine sovereignty, and all the things that are rightfully and divinely yours. And yes, y'all in the background, y'all hear the fur baby in the background making the noise. So I'm not apologizing for it. This is what she does, and this is how it is. Okay, y'all stay delicious. It's a very heavily clouded Saturday, but it's very beautiful at the same time. It's autumn, and it's very peaceful and very nurturing just the same. All right, y'all stay delicious. Peace.